Hello, how are y'all? And welcome October. Oh, it's going to be such a great month. I hope. I really hope. So I thought I'd do a different kind of coffee chat today. Some of you have asked some personal questions, and I thought I'd answer some of the questions that have come up. So I have a list right here, so if I have to look down, then you know what's going on. And I am also going to add a few things to the end because I had a conversation with Tamara, who is Pen Paper Pad or T.A. Woods, and I also had a conversation with Hilma. So thanks, y'all. Wonderful conversations. And I thought I'd talk a little bit about some things that those conversations made me think about. First question. Yes, I have been losing weight. Mr. Rockstar and I cut out soda back in April. I think actually we cut back before then, but we had cut back, but we cut out. So I think since probably, I don't know, March, I probably had 3 Dr. Peppers, total, the little 16 ounces, probably total since then. I haven't had any Dr. Pepper in over a month or two at all. So I think August was probably the last time I had a Dr. Pepper. But we are almost on a whole foods plant-based diet. We're still eating seafood, some seafood, not all. We are still eating eggs, but we are eating cage-free eggs. There's a farm locally that you can go and get eggs. They let you take a tour, but I haven't went there yet. But I've so far been getting the cage-free eggs from the grocery store, looking at things. Mr. Rockstar can't have anything. He used to have non-GMO stuff. He can't have wheat. He can't have dairy. There's a lot of stuff. So we've cut out cheese. We've cut out bread. We do wraps, but they're gluten-free wraps, non-GMO kind of stuff. We're being very careful about what we're eating. I'm exercising. I'm walking, and that's really helped as well. I'm trying to build back up to over 10,000 steps a day. Some days I do pretty good. And I've gotten to a point where I'm like at 7,000 or 8,000 most days. Some days not so much, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 on the days I have a lot of pain, but that's kind of to be expected. One of the other things that people asked about, somebody asked about my creative space. I moved from the purple room into this room when my son moved in with my parents. Probably a really good thing that he moved in with my parents to help my mom, because he moved in there because my mom could drive anymore because she has a degenerative eye disease and she could no longer drive. At that point, my dad was still working. In July, my dad got the final diagnosis with the cancer. He has stage 4 aggressive cancer. It has taken over his bladder, his kidneys, his prostate, lower body. He has the bag, and he's not doing very well at all. And update on that, it's a matter of time, unfortunately. The treatment that they have been giving him, they had a grant approve it. It's a new thing. All it's going to do is help with quality of life, apparently, is what they said. My dad's went downhill since he went to Charlotte and got that diagnosis. It's progressively went downhill. Seems like since he started the treatment, it's gotten worse. But anyway, maybe it's just because he finally got that diagnosis, and my dad kind of, once he realized that he couldn't have surgery and stuff like that, maybe, I don't know, subconsciously my dad gave up. I don't know. But I know he's gotten worse. And my mom's not doing very well. Hospice called, and they could send somebody, but my mom had that happen when she took care of my grandfather many years ago, and they charge you. They say it's free, but it's not. They took out money from his Social Security and stuff. So my parents can't afford that because my dad hasn't been working. Really, he's kept working in the beginning, but the last couple of months, probably the middle of August, I don't think my dad's worked since August. Since the beginning to the middle of August. I think he worked some in July and the very beginning of August. He can't work now. He keeps saying he wants to go back to work when he's lucid and he's having a good day, but my dad can't drive. Up until a few weeks ago, my dad could drive to the grocery store, but it wore him out. So anyway, my dad's doing a lot worse. A whole lot worse. My dad's having trouble standing and walking. He fell a week and a half ago, and when he fell, he lost his top dentures. They can't find them. So they're having a really hard time. Next question was, how do I do so much in a day? Which is going to lead me to a topic for another question. I start with the things that I know have to be done that day. I start when I get up in the morning and I do my morning routine. Sometimes I get to morning pages, sometimes I don't. But I always do my stretches. I always do like 15 minutes or so at least of reading. And I almost always do some kind of really light meditation. Most of the time the morning pages happen, but lately I've been really stressed out and I've needed to do the morning pages, but I haven't gotten to them first thing. So I need to kind of get back to doing them. I also make really long to-do lists, and it kind of seems redundant sometimes, and I'm thinking there's a better way to do it, because I sometimes will list everything, you know, everything from the very beginning when I get up, morning pages, stretches, that kind of thing, but those are pretty much daily things I'm supposed to be doing. So the reason that I list them is because I've tried trackers, and sometimes I can do well with the tracker, sometimes not so well. And it makes it a lot easier when you can just put it on tracker and I don't have to put it on my to-do list. I've been flip-flopping back and forth between the bullet journal and the Hobonichi, because since July I've needed more structure. I tried, like I did bullet journaling in part of July, I switched from the Hobonichi to the bullet journal. Well, then I switched back to the Hobonichi, and I've been flip-flopping back and forth between the two since then, because I need the structure from the Hobonichi, because my mind has been stressed out, super anxious, ADHDs all over the place, and I need some structure. And I've noticed, I used to OmniJournal, and I used to put everything in that. Collections, bullet journaling, document my day kind of journaling, all of that used to go in my OmniJournal. I don't OmniJournal anymore, because I found that the busier I got and the more stressed out I got, the more minimalistic I needed to do my planning. I needed some separation. I needed to compartmentalize, and so I started doing that. That's been really helpful, and I've been flip-flopping back and forth between the Hobonichi and the bullet journal. After my conversation with Hilma today, I said something. I created the bullet journal stuff for October, and I did it in the Hobonichi. I am going to show the bullet journal. I'm going to film that probably tomorrow, try to get it up on Patreon and on YouTube. So I'll just do a public one for that one. I flip-flop back and forth because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for 2018, because I am not ordering anything until next month, and I don't want to order something if I'm not going to use it. So the bullet journal allows me to add collections and all that stuff. And I can bullet journal in a Hobonichi, but I need collections. There's some things that I need, project management and things like that. And when I was talking to Helma, I hadn't really touched the bullet journal much. But when we were finished talking, I went to go look at my to-do list because I needed to film the coffee chat and stuff. And I started writing down stuff in the bullet journal. And I was like, oh yeah. I've been missing the bullet journal. So what I have decided to do for 2018, which answers yet another question, is I'm going to switch my journal to the Taroko Design Breeze. That means I'll use maybe 4 or maybe a few more for the year, because they're half the amount of pages that the Enigma is. I'm also going to get an Enigma. I'm going to use the Enigma as my bullet journal. I debated on using the Mystique, but the Mystique is a cream paper. It's an orchid paper, and I like the white paper better. I can use the cream, but I like the white paper better. I'm going to get an A5 Hobonichi Cousin, and I'm going to do some light planning and like light journaling in it. Nothing heavy, because I use my regular journal for everything. But I do love the Hobonichi. I'm not getting an A6 Hobonichi. I have this regular black cover, and I have the cover on cover, and I have this in here. Well, I have this in the A6. This is the A6 Hobonichi, which I've been using lately for writing. For a long time, I was using it for journal prompts, and I like it for journal prompts. But I I like this one in February. I like using this in February. But what I've been thinking about doing is taking this, which is the A6 Enigma. It's the cream paper though. And using it to go in my purse and as a mini omni journal. Like if I go somewhere and I need to write down an appointment, doing like a very mini thing, like a little light calendar or a little light log or something like that, nothing major, and just doing little things in it when I'm out and about. Like if I go to pick up Victor, or if I'm at waiting at his school and an idea comes to me, or if I want to draw something, I can use this. I'm thinking I will put it in this cover until I can get an A6 traveler's notebook. I want a red leather A6 traveler's notebook. I've been looking. That's the only size I really don't have from Janelle other than the B6, which I haven't gotten yet. I've been looking. I want something to match this. It doesn't have to be brown with it, but I want red. So, I don't know. I may just put it in this at the beginning of the year and just use the Snoopy. I mean, it's red and it matches. It does look rather Valentine's-y, and I'm okay with that. Or, you know, and I'm okay with the fabric. This is the cutest thing, though. It does have the pockets and stuff in it. So I might just use this one and keep it like it is, put a little pin in it, and because this is a fun one. So, but I have this, and I could use either or. Don't know. The only thing I'm hesitant about is the weeks. I really just started kind of getting the hang of the weeks. I tried menu planning. I can do menu planning as far as like to what I want to cook for the week. But I can't do that daily where I write it all down and I cook certain things on certain days. That doesn't work for me. I'm more of an impulse cooker. So when I get up in the morning or before I go to bed at night, when I start craving something or I think, oh, I want that out of the things that I chose to cook for the week, to buy groceries with, I'm like, oh, I think I will have this. Tonight for dinner, I cut up red potatoes into chunks. I cut up the red purple onion in big pieces, cut up bell pepper, did some garlic, and I crushed some garlic, and we had that. I cooked it in my iron frying pan with a tiny bit of olive oil, and then I also, which is why we're not on the Whole Foods plant-based, because they don't do oil, I don't think at all, but and then I cooked I baked some flounder in the oven with some sea salt and a tiny bit of lemon juice. So that's what I'm saying. We still eat seafood. So Mr. Rockstar, I cooked extra so he could take it to work tonight because he's working tonight. That's what we had for dinner. And I had been wanting those potatoes. Now I can cook those potatoes a whole lot of different ways. He can have white potatoes. He can have certain kinds of pasta. He can have jasmine rice. He can't eat anything wheat. No bread stuff, no whey, no meat, no dairy. So there's a lot of stuff that I can't. I still do dairy some. Like I still do a little bit of sour cream. I can make my own sour cream though out of cashews. So, but there's a lot of different things that I can do. You know, he drinks almond milk. So that's on that. That's one of the reasons where I'm losing weight is because we're eating a lot healthier. For junk food, we don't really eat junk food. For dessert tonight, I had a cup of applesauce. And I've been drinking this earlier. I need to drink some more of it. It's a mango tango flavored smoothie. No non-GMO, no added sugar, 100% juice smoothie. That one's pretty good. I've been trying them every now and again. I have to get the non-dairy ones and the he can't have oranges. For him, every now and again to take to work, those, you know, they're really good for him. So usually I make them for him at home, but those are easy for him to take to work. Another question that came up was about my hair, and I covered part of that. I'm not dyeing it anymore, so it won't ever be red again. I'm trying to make it healthier. I've been cutting the dead ends off. I'm letting it grow out. Every now and again I straighten it. I needed to know about how much color and stuff are left on it. You can't really tell as much with that stuff when it's curly. So that's what's going on with my hair. Somebody asked me Somebody asked me about my coffee cups. I love coffee cups. I got rid of a bunch of them that were like old matchy, like that came in a set with dinnerware that I don't have anymore, or odds and end ones. I need a few more. I need a few more. Towards the end of this month, I'm going to order my NaNoWriMo t-shirt with the fountain pens on it because I have to have it, and the mug. Every now and again I get I don't always get the mug. I didn't get the t-shirt last year, but I almost always get the t-shirt, but I don't always get the mug. I've gotten the mug twice. I think I realized I've been on YouTube since 2013. So this month, wow, this is my 4-year anniversary month because I started doing Preptober videos, prepping for NaNoWriMo in October of 2013. It's my 4-year mark. Wow. My growth has been slow and steady. Some of my goals for 2017, I put on this little card in this right here. It looks like a library card, and some of them I have completed. Like it says 2K YouTube subscribers, and I did the giveaway. I am over. I think I have like right at 2,300. I think it's been a week or so since I checked. I don't check it all the time because I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful, and I want more subscribers. I love y'all, but I'm fine with slow and steady growth. And YouTube's had some whacked out stuff with their losing subscribers. I've lost people, and they didn't even know they left me. You know, I had a few people go, well, I happened to see a video come up in the suggested, recommended. I had to resubscribe to you because I wasn't subscribed anymore. They've also had problems with the likes and all kinds of things like that, like the revenue, the ad, they've had problems. They finally fixed some of the commenting problems, so I'm now getting people's comments and can actually respond and reply to them. I wanted to do vacation with David. We didn't actually get to do a vacation this year. We did a we did a weekend away. We wanted to put flooring in the kitchen. I got the flooring in the kitchen. I wanted to put backsplash in the kitchen. Haven't got to that yet. I wanted a new computer. I got my new computer guru guy, Mr. Rockstar's best friend. He's still trying to fix. I have this really nice headset, and I can't use it with the computer. I can use it with the laptop. I can use it with the tablet. Can't use it with the computer, with the tower. I wanted a new camera. I got a new to me camera. For my birthday, Mr. Rockstar got me the Canon Rebel T3i, so it's new to me. And I got a really cute lapel mic. It's like adorable. It's little and it works really good. So that's good. I want to lose 25 pounds. I've lost 15. 10,000 steps per day. I had gotten there. Now I'm trying to get back to there. Blog 3 to 5 times per week. I just renewed my thing through Bluehost for 3 months. I didn't renew it for the whole year like I did prior because I need to figure out what I'm doing. Bluehost is a little bit expensive. I renewed my domain name for the year, so that won't be a problem. But I'm really not quite so sure about keeping Bluehost because, like I said, they're rather expensive, and I'm not blogging like I was. I need to get better at blogging. One of my goals was to start earning money with blogging. Well, you have to friggin' write your blog post and publish them. I have a blog post that's been sitting in my blog draft thing for, almost a week now. I need to get around to editing it and get it up. Right now, I'm thinking maybe if I could get 1 or 2 blog posts done a week, I'd be doing good. I used to blog every day, y'all. Sometimes twice a day. But since I started YouTube, I haven't been blogging as much at all, and it just keeps going down, down, down. I need to get better at it because I really missed it. I love blogging, so I don't know what's going on. I needed to get Amazon Prime again, which I did. I need to learn my editing software, which I am doing. I have Cyberlink Director. I need to upgrade it, but I haven't. I have actually been thinking about getting Adobe, what is it? It's Premiere or something. Adobe Photoshop Elements 15 and Premiere Elements 15. So that's what I've been thinking about getting because I hear it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to use than Cyberlink. If any of you know, let me know. Because that's an expensive editing software to me, and I really need the photo stuff that would be better than what I have, which is nothing other than what I have on through Windows. Finish The Artist's Way. I already finished The Artist's Way one time, and both times I've attempted it again. I've actually been doing it monthly, and I don't really, I mean, I do artist dates like a couple times a month instead. I do morning pages most of the time. Finish Finding Water, probably not going to happen. It's kind of redundant. It's almost like going through The Artist's Way again. She says a lot of the same stuff. I like her other books, but not really a fan of that one. When NaNoWriMo. We're going to make that happen. Next month, we're going to make that happen. Have more Victor sleepovers. I'm doing that. Visit my parents more. Doing that. More socializing, not so much. Unless you consider online socializing. Read Stephen King books. I am almost finished with One Through the Keyhole. I've been reading his books. Read 52 books for the year. I'm almost there. And volunteer. I have been thinking about volunteering maybe once a month at my grandson's school. So actually, I don't know why I'm putting it over there. Actually, I'm not doing too bad. One of the other questions I got were about fountain pens. Now, I showed a lot of my fountain pens. I have a few more Jinhao fountain pens. Those are some of the ones that Maya gave me. I have a few more of those, but I'm not using those for Inktober. They asked me about fountain pens. My very first fountain pen was the Platinum Preppy. It's like $3 or $4. I got it from Amazon. It takes the cartridges, the same cartridges I use for the Platinum Carbon, for the Platinum Dust Pen that has the Platinum Carbon ink in it that I draw with. The black one has the extra fine nib, and the red one has the fine nib. I made a mistake when I was doing my videos for Inktober. This is actually the new TWSBI Echo that I got is actually an extra fine. My TWSBI Mini is a medium, and my other TWSBI Echo is a fine. So I have an extra fine, a fine, and a medium. And the TWSBIs are probably my favorite fountain pens. I love the Echoes. I love them. They're lightweight. When you are writing with them, they write awesome. This Mini is the most expensive fountain pen I own. I don't spend a whole lot of money. To me, spending $30 on the Echo is a lot, because spending this was a luxury. It was a present. So I don't spend a whole lot of money. The Pilot Pereiras, the white one, and the Demonstrator, those were $28 or so a piece. So a good little chunk of change for the fountain pens I have, but I don't buy super expensive ones. I want this Pilot Pereira and the Demonstrator with the blue, and I'd like one with the Demonstrator with maybe the purple, maybe the yellow, the orange, different colors, not the yellow so much. But I would like to have more of these. I would love to have this in a red, but I don't know that they have one. I'm looking for a really pretty red, solid red fountain pen, a lot like this. This is a fine, this is a medium. I tend to stick with fines and medium. I do like the extra fine, which is this one, and what my carbon dust pen is, for drawing though. And they're okay for writing, but I write rather large. So when I write with a fine, it's like most people writing with a medium. And for me, writing with a medium is kind of like most people writing with a stub, I guess, because I don't know. I write rather large. Most of the time, I am using Platinum Carbon ink. I do like the Herbine Scented inks, which is what this has in it. It's the rose scented ink. I have the lavender scented ink, but I don't have a fountain pen to put it in. I want a purple. I want one of these with the purple on the end to put the lavender blue ink in. I also have a violet that doesn't smell by Herbine. So I want the blue and the purple Pilot Pereiras. I wish they would come out with the TWSBI many are the TWSBI vac. Like they come out with the turquoise and the rose and stuff. I wish they'd do a red one. Really wish they'd do a red one, or I wish the Pilot had a red one. I would like a purple and a red and a blue. Other than that, I would like to get one. I would like to get the white TWSBI Echo, since I have the fine and the extra fine and the Echo. I'd like to get the white and the medium, and then I'd like to get 2 more of these, and I'd like to get the fine and the extra fine, or the fine and the stub in this. But I'm collecting little by little. I would love to have a few of those nicer ones, but I refuse to spend that much money on a fountain pen because there are all these other things that I would like to have and that are much more important to me. Maybe later. You know, maybe later. Once we get central heating and air in the house and I get my car fixed, because I need to get the window in my car fixed, when I get new glasses, you know, when we don't have other things that are much more important to me, then I will do that. I don't mind every now and again gifting something to myself or having something as a gift from someone, you know, for $30. Okay, but once you start getting up past about the $50 range for me, you know, I don't know, it just, there's all these other things I could spend my $50 on, like Daniel Smith watercolors, or notebooks with Tomoe River paper in it. You know, I would love to have a new leather, I would love to have a leather A6 Traveler's Notebook. That red, some of that dark red in the Chic Sparrow, or a Janelli fish with the red. I would love to have a red distressed one, or just a red Janelli fish. Maybe have Snoopy engraved on it, or have Snoopy painted on it. I don't know. I wanted to do an A5 with that size, but the more I am using this that Maya gave me, the more that I love this. And I really love this. I actually thought about using my journal in it, journal in it, but one of the fancy things, and this has came up on my wish list for this whole year. I've talked about it since last year. Mr. Rockstar said last year for my birthday I could get the Fossil Sydney satchel. Well, they didn't have any red. Couldn't find any red that weren't way overpriced, because that's when they had just stopped, like, you know. So then I was thinking, well, you know, I could do black. Well, I didn't really want black, and they had browns and tons of browns, but I didn't really want brown. And then I started considering the Chic Sparrow tote and the Whipping Post tote. And then I kept, though, looking and looking and looking for the Fossil Sydney satchel purses to go at a decent price. I kept checking eBay, I kept checking Amazon, I kept checking Poshmark, kept checking a lot of stuff. I found a really nice Fry book bag purse. Oh, I wish I'd have had the money to get that, because it was in a red. And I don't know much about Poshmark. I haven't bought anything from there yet. Maya said she really liked it, and there was another thing she said she really liked. So Maya, if you're watching, let me know where you got that shirt from that you were talking about that you showed me. But I've been looking. Well, Chic Sparrow and the Whipping Post tote, those purses are about $200. The most I've ever spent on a purse outright was about $150, and that was a purple Coach bag, and I got it from TJ Maxx. Most of my name brand purses have come from eBay, Etsy, or thrift stores. That Michael Kors purse that I have that's like that really pretty turquoise color, it came from a thrift store. I don't know, I would rather spend my money on my supplies than a purse like that. Now, Mr. Rockstar said, baby, you need to get yourself something nice every so often. I love thrift stores, y'all. I love thrift stores. I like garage sales. I like all that. I like vintage stuff. If I could find a bunch of damn bell bottoms that didn't have to be hemmed so much that it wasn't bell bottom anymore for me, because I'm 5'2", oh yeah, I would be wearing the hell out of some 70s clothes. I love Anyway, I ordered for myself, spent my whole Patreon money but $1 and some change on a Whipping Post ox blood tote. It should be here this week. So, yeah, I'm super excited. I'll do a what's in my bag. I talked to Helma and I was telling her about some ideas that I had, and Helma gave me some even better ideas. So we're going to discuss a few things right now because I'm very interested in improving the quality of my content on Patreon and on YouTube. I'm going to be trying some new techniques this month with Inktober. I don't have a lot of stuff as far as ink goes. Now there's supposed to be ink coming in the Art Snacks box, and before I knew about what was coming in the Ink Snacks box, I had got a coupon for a store like Goulet Pens, and I ordered something, and it should be in this week too, because that was the only thing I actually ordered that could be considered for Inktober. Everything else is, other than the sketchbook that I got for 50% off, it's all stuff I've had that either came in Art Snacks box that are already had. So I wasn't sure if what I ordered was actually going to come in the beginning of October. I thought it was probably because it's coming from overseas. I figured it would probably be in like mid-October, maybe late October. So what I figured I may not even actually be able to use it for Inktober. But I knew Inktober would lead me to wanting to do more things. So I'm going to be trying some new techniques. Now, a lot of my stuff on Patreon is very, like, I wouldn't call it raw so much as it's much more, it's not edited as much. Sometimes I don't do time lapse. I do voiceovers because I have a really hard time talking while I draw and paint. I have long pauses because I'll stop and think, or I get like super focused on what I'm doing, and then I lose my train of thought, or there's like a really long pause between when I say something and then when I finish that sentence. I do that in real life, y'all. I do that a lot. It gets on my daughter's nerves. But I am going to be trying some new things. So I'm going to do those videos on Patreon, and then they'll be raw, uncut, really, for the most part, and then I'm going to fix them up a little for YouTube. I'll give they'll be a week behind or so for YouTube. There are a few things like the planning videos. I think I did quite a bit of soul searching and stuff when it came to what I'm doing, and I have had to figure out how to kind of compartmentalize things. I've had to figure out how to do more planning and stuff like that. There's another question. Somebody else asked about how often, no, it wasn't how often, let me check, y'all. Okay, so somebody recommended the Daily Rituals, How Artists Work by Mason Curry. That should be in this week from Third Books. So, color coding. Kimberly Howard said, color coding is a fun and quick way to spot the info I want in my planner. I just need to keep mine consistent. I'm having trouble with that. Having trouble with the color coding. And I need to get less colors. I think I need to make my color coding more simplistic. So that's one of the things I'm going to work on. Somebody recommended blick.com, and I will probably be doing some shopping from there next month, but can't do anything this month. Do I omni-journal in my cousin and my A6? Love the idea of the omni-journal and realize that's what I've been doing. This was from an old video, and I'm going to be doing a video of exactly what I'm doing because as I decide what I'm doing for 2018, I'm going to show you what I like about what I'm doing now, and I'm going to tell you about what I don't like, and I'm going to tell you about why I definitely decided to change things because of that. In regard to planning and journaling and everything, because I want to start everything new on January 1st. And then there was one other question, and that was about my Saddleback leather bag. That backpack I have had for about 8 years, 7.5 years, 8 years. It needs to be softened up. I am now using it for to take my art stuff when I go places. I need to slide these. There we go. And I've been looking at ways to condition it. I need to get some leather conditioner. I have thought about all different kinds of things. So if somebody has one that's not very expensive or a natural thing that I could use where I don't have to buy something, that would be wonderful. I know what I do for my traveler's notebooks, but I don't know if I want to do that on a $400, $500 leather bag. This is the most expensive thing I've ever bought for myself, and I was starting college and I had some extra money, and I was going to go back to college, I should say, and I had some extra money, and I had a backpack, cloth backpack, but I wanted a leather one. And I like the idea of being able to use it as a messenger bag or backpack. So those are some more personal updates. Like I said, I've talked about quite a few things. Thursday, I am doing the Project Right Tube. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing Project Right Tube again with a bunch of writers for NaNoWriMo. And mine is going to be about my NaNoWriMo, our writer bullet journal. I refer to mine more often as a writer bullet journal because I write throughout the year. Now, I don't necessarily write every single day anymore, but I'm trying to get back into that. NaNoWriMo is a really good way to do that, but because I don't use it just during NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to show you that, and yeah, I'm excited about it. We're also going to have Writer Wednesday video and lots more creative stuff coming. I will see y'all again soon. I hope you enjoyed some of those answers, and I will see you later. Bye.